Друзі, привіт! Сьогодні класний день для того, щоб записати інтерв'ю. І сьогодні я хочу познайомитися вас з людиною, з якою я познайомився тут, в Греції, подорожуючи. Це людина, яка вже відвідала 30 країн. Мій друг Джоел з Гватемали. І в нього зараз шалені плани. Він планує подорожувати 2 роки і відвідати ще 30 країн. І сьогодні він поділиться з вами секретами його подорожі, як йому це вдається і що його мотивує в подорожах. І так, вітаю. Hi, Joel! І одне уточнення. Ми будемо говорити на англійській, тому я думаю, це хороший шанс попрактикувати англійську, якщо ви її знаєте, або вивчити, якщо не знаєте. І так, давайте починати.
Yeah, that's an important part.
Important part
Yeah,
of
because
English.
my Ukrainian is not that good, you know.
But you understood what I said?
Of course.
Oh,
I
great.
understood the words English and Ukrainian.
Great. Joel understands Ukrainian language, you see?
Yeah, the ones that sound like English, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Cool, Joel. So, I introduced you a little bit to my
All right.
audience. And let's dive into our topic. Tell us, what's your plan now for your traveling? And where you started and where are you going to go next?
Well, I started from Helsinki, Finland, because I was working in there. And then I spent some time in Estonia. I went to Romania. But right now it's December, so Romania was really cold, so I just decided to come here to Greece because of the weather.
Yeah, Romania is cold.
Yeah, right now, yeah. I was in Bucharest, so yeah, it was really cold at nights, and I didn't feel like going out. So it's good to look for the sun always, you know. Just better for traveling, and you know, it gives you more motivation to stay outside and do stuff.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So yeah, now that I have the opportunity, I'm gonna be searching for the sun. So now I'm in Greece, Athens, and my plan is to travel for 2 years. Yeah, and I don't have really a plan on where am I gonna go, you know, each country. So I'm deciding to go, you know, wherever I feel like. I am just looking for, you know, the good flights. I check cheap flights, good flights, and whatever it's good, I go there. You know, so now I'm planning to go to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur, yeah, Malaysia.
I check some good flights, and you know, it's gonna get colder here, so
Cool.
I'm gonna go there.
So you're kind of very flexible person. You don't have some very strict plans. So
No.
this date I go here, that date I go here.
No.
You're just flexible.
I'm super flexible.
Cool.
That's one of the secrets to traveling.
Yes, that's really nice. People often there are a lot of people who travel by just purchasing some
Oh yeah, I know.
tours.
I know. I have never done that.
You never done it?
No.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't sound good, you know, because then you're always in the tour and somebody else is planning what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But you know, it's better to do it by yourself.
Yeah. And
Well, you have the internet. You can check what are the the good parts of the city, what's the attractions. You know, so you can and you have Google Maps, so you can do it by yourself, and you can meet people.
Yeah.
You know, you can meet local people. Otherwise, you stay with your people from your country or people that are taking the tour with you, and you don't really experience the local aspect of the country. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a lot of opportunities right now. For example, booking. You book all hotels by booking?
No, actually, I search for the best options. I usually spend some time searching different sites, and I take the best one.
What's your favorite sites?
My favorite site? I don't have a favorite site, but I do use Booking for the place that I'm staying right now. I used hotels.com. I used Momondo. Momondo is a good one because you can search for flights, you can search for accommodation, all that. So yeah, it gives you a list of all the best options. And you just have to spend some time doing that.
To researching, you mean?
Yeah, of course you have to research. You have to do your research.
Yeah, that's how it's different from when you just buy some tour, you know?
Yeah, because of course if you buy the tour, well, they are the ones deciding what you're gonna see, what you're gonna do, and they are not gonna give you the best prices. They are always trying to gain something, right?
Yeah,
They're trying to make a profit.
Upper price.
Yeah. So you have the hotel trying to make a profit. You have the airlines trying to make a profit. On top of that, you have the tour guides and the tour agencies trying to make their own profit. So
Cool. So your next country will be Malaysia now.
that's the plan. But
That's the plan.
as
But
you said,
as you said-
I just said, as
Yeah,
I
you're
said,
fine.
I just said I'm
Yeah.
flexible, so things can.
So things can
I haven't
changed.
booked the flight.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
if I haven't booked the flight, then it's not decided.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So your plan is to visit 30 countries in 2 years, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. 30 countries. Well, that's the estimate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because so far I have visited 30 countries. I would like to visit another 30
Mm-hmm.
in the next 2 years. And I don't want to travel too fast, because I have done it before. One of my first experiences was traveling inside Europe. And I was doing one city every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point I was so exhausted. It was really tiring. And I didn't get to see much of the city. For like 3 days is not enough for one city. And then you're running all the time, and there is a lot of time that you have to spend, just planning what train are you going to take, or what airplane, or what you're going to do, where you're going to stay. And 3 days is not enough for that. So at some point, I was super exhausted, and I just had to take some time out, just stay in my room, not doing anything. So right now, in the last years, I have been traveling very slowly. I try to stay for at least 1 week in each city. But if it's like a big city here, like Athens, and it has so much history, here I'm gonna spend a month, and that's
You will stay here for a month.
yeah.
Oh, so you will see every corner of the Athens.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, it's a big city.
Yeah, it's
And
big. It's
it
5
has
million people.
Yeah, it has a lot of things to do and things to see, and it's just I don't think I can see everything in 1 month either. There are even locals here that have been living their whole lives in Athens, and they haven't seen everything. I have asked them about some places, and they have been like, I haven't gone there yet. So
And by the way, about this topic, when you live in one city, you don't go to every, you don't travel as a tourist. Like for example, when I lived in Uzhhorod or Lviv in my country, in Ukraine, people come to me and tourists, my friends from Slovakia, for example, and then they just go this side to see, this side to see, like they go this and that, and they told me like, do you know, I was here, I was there, and I'm like, oh, where is it? I never been that, and that's, I think that the problem, not a problem, but when you stay in one city, in your own city, you don't travel.
I know. That's a thing in everywhere, I think. Like I have met a lot of people in Finland, Helsinki, that they have never gone to the north, to the most touristic place, Lapland, to see the northern lights. So there is a lot of people that haven't
But
seen
you
that.
did, of course.
Actually, no.
No?
No, because I was living in there.
Uh-huh.
So you see, no, I was living in there, so I was like kind of a local in there, so I haven't done that yet.
So it's true.
Yeah, every time I say the next year. But the thing is that because you're living in there, then you always have the temptation to postpone the trip. Like if I'm here in Athens, I know I'm gonna be here for 1 month.
Yeah.
So I don't have time, and I'm probably not gonna come back in the near future. So I have to do it right now. So there is something that is pushing you to see the things right now. But if you're living somewhere, then you don't have that, that push.
Yeah, you're like, I will live here forever. I have plenty of time.
Yeah, until you realize that you have to move, and then you have time.
And then you regret.
Yeah.
So you lived in Helsinki how many years?
Like about 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
So you were studying, working?
I was doing everything. I have studied. I have worked there. I have many experiences in there. 8 years. Yeah.
So, but you are from Guatemala, and
Yes.
Guatemala it's Central America.
Yes, that's right.
So, what is the weather there comparing to Helsinki, and how you feel this changed?
Well, of course, it's totally different. I mean, we have very tropical weather. we have 2 seasons. We don't have 4 seasons. We only have summer and we have winter. And summer is really hot and winter rains a lot because it's the rainforest.
So it's not cold.
It can get cold by our standards, which is like a minus 10 is like really cold.
So you have -10.
Yeah, we can. No, I'm sorry, -10. I mean 10.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
So +10
No,
is
minus
cold.
10. -10 it would be really cold. I mean 10.
10.
It can go to 8, something like that, and people are dying of cold in there.
Oh my god.
You know, like not literally dying, but you know, they feel very cold.
Yeah. And in Helsinki, it's like
Helsinki,
10.
you have the 4 seasons, which is like the main difference I see, because I see the difference between spring, and then summer, then fall, and then winter. And winter is really cold. It's snowy. It gets dark. Fall is very exotic for us because we don't have this season in which you have the trees and they get orange and brown and the leaves start to fall. We don't have that. It's just like rainforest, so it's always green and there is always water. So totally different. How can I say, vegetation and plants and trees that are totally different.
This is a dream for some people to always have summer.
Yeah, for some people. Well, I guess I like spring. I like fall. I like summer, but I don't like if the summer is too hot or if it's too long. It's like it's okay to go to the beach and have like +25, +30, and be there for a week or something. But if it's like that for months, it's not that nice, because then it's too hot and you're sweaty and you're sweating all the time. And the same with winter. It's good for a couple of weeks. Like I like snow and I like cold if it's like for a couple of weeks, but when it's like 5 months, it gets boring.
So 5 months
it
is
gets
like
frustrating.
in Finland.
Yeah, it's about 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
So, and what about Finland? What is the weather there, and how you feel about this change? From climate, tropical climate in Central America, and go to the north part.
Well, of course, first it's good because it's a good experience. Because it's something different. Well, it just tells you about what kind of person I am. So I like to experience new things. So, I mean, if I have to experience something that maybe not, let's say, if I have to experience winter, very harsh winter, it's as an experience, it's good for me for a while. Yeah, then I get used to it, and then it gets boring, and then it gets frustrating if it's for too long, right? So yeah, I mean, having good experiences and new experiences is good, but then you get used to it, and then you have to look for new experiences.
Every time I travel to another country, I see different people. I travel to not much countries, just 11, but I saw people, for example, in Ukraine, or people in Russia. Russia, it's so cold.
Yeah.
You have been to Russia?
I've been to Russia. I've been in winter and been in summer.
In winter.
Summer is really nice.
Summer is
really nice. Yes.
So you will
I've been in Moscow.
You will tell us about this experience.
Well, once I don't know why I went in winter. I went to St. Petersburg and it got until -25. It was really hard to walk outside for too long. I always had to walk for 5 minutes outside and then get into some store with a heater. It was really hard to stay outside. But still, I had a lot of motivation, and still I met some friends and I did some stuff. I didn't want to stay inside. But I've been in summer as well. I've been in St. Petersburg and in Moscow, and it's really nice. I was like outside with just a t-shirt. I went to the park. We had picnic in there, and it was really nice. So yeah, I mean, summer is always good.
But you have been to Russia also in the winter time.
Yes.
And I have a question now. I have a question. I have always questions. I'm interviewer, okay?
No, yeah, it's good.
Okay. So I noticed when traveling that people in more warm countries, they are like more happy, more easygoing, you know, and people in countries like Russia, Finland, they are like sad all the time. They don't like to speak to people. They depressed all the time, negative. Did you notice something? Can it be related to the weather? How do
No,
you
of
think?
course it is related to the weather. One of the main factors in how it affects the personality of any population is the weather. The weather is one of the main factors. It makes sense because if it's hot, you feel motivated to go outside and to have a social life and to meet people. If it's cold, you just feel like, and it happens to me as well. You know, if it's cold, sometimes I don't feel like getting out of bed and getting out of my place.
You want to
It's,
sit at home, watch movies, and, and drink hot tea.
Yeah. It works like that. So, but you know, I wouldn't say that the people are cold in Finland or in Russia even, because I've met a lot of Russian people and Ukrainian people as well, and they have all been very friendly. I would say, yeah, well, it's the climate that you're a little bit more serious, but it's a matter of motivation, right? But inside, people are nice, you know, and Finnish people are very humble. They're very good natured. Russian people can be extroverted, and they can be very lively in for example in a party or in a social gathering. They can be very talkative, and I mean, you are very talkative as well. I haven't had any problem relating to you or talking to you.
Cool,
You know,
thanks.
you're Ukrainian, so that's a stereotype, you know. It's
yeah.
just, but yeah, you have, I would say, more serious personalities. But inside,
Inside, yeah, okay.
you are nice.
Oh,
You're
thank
nice.
you.
No, you was
Like Ukrainians and
Ukrainians, Russians, Finnish people.
so, if you want to be happy, you go to warm countries. Like when you want to be happy all the time, you go to Guatemala, America.
Yeah, come to
Yeah.
Greece.
Yeah, Greece. But you know,
Right now it's December. You
It's
know?
December,
And they have
really?
a Christmas
It's like
tree. They have Christmas tree in one
16th
of.
of December.
Yeah, they have a Christmas tree
Yeah.
in one of the main squares. You know, Syntagma Square.
Yes, yes.
And it doesn't feel like it's gonna be Christmas anytime soon.
It
It's like
doesn't
15
feel.
of December. It's like 2 weeks away. It doesn't feel like this wintry Christmas kind of feeling. You know, it's just
You go to forest to cut tree. You know.
Oh yeah,
You have
yeah,
it.
yeah. I've done that actually.
Really?
Yeah, go in the snow, cut the tree, put it home, and decorating that. I am not a big fan of Christmas. Like I don't celebrate that, you know, eagerly. You know, but yeah, I have done it.
And here is like plus 20 now.
Yeah,
Maybe 25 because
it's very
sun,
sunny.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of, you see these houses, they have plants, they have solar panels here, that
And
means
we are
that
on
they
the
have a lot of
terrace.
sun.
We are on
Yeah.
the terrace.
It's really nice here. It's the first time in the winter I am in such a temperature, you know.
Alright.
My friend sent me today video from Lviv. My friend with whom I used to live in a flat,
Yeah.
we were renting a flat in Lviv. And he sent me a video, you know, and it's all snow, it's a winter, it's like -5, -10, and they all like wear, you know, jackets. 'cause
Probably it's like
really
that in
cold.
Helsinki right now.
Maybe, yeah. I think Helsinki is even more cold.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't checked actually. I'm totally disconnected right now. I'm focused on Greece. I'm
Yeah.
focused on the sun right now.
Understand. So when I, you know, came, like he sent me this video, I saw it. I came to the terrace and I see, oh my God, so good weather here. I'm so happy, you know. And I realized that I'm so happy when I compared this when I used to live, because now I also could be there, you know, in this cold.
Right.
But I'm here now, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel really good.
Yeah, that's true.
So, tell us, you visited like 30 countries, no? It's a lot, it's quite a lot for usual people, no? As I know, in statistic, like mostly all people don't travel, like from their country. They
Yeah,
just
that's
stay in
true.
their
That's
country.
true.
Yeah, So 30 is a lot.
30.
30.
Around 30 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big amount. So tell us which countries you like the most. Do you have some favorite ones?
I have some favorite ones, but I don't have a favorite one. I just have.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, of course, I like the ones that are close to the beach. I like Israel. Israel. I liked it a lot. I visited alone a lot of places in Israel. Tel Aviv is a really nice city. I like Greece as well. I spent some time in Tenerife, in Spain, Canary Islands.
Yeah.
It's very nice as well. Croatia is really nice as well in summer.
Oh, I've been to Croatia.
You ever been to Croatia?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have so many islands and you can do this island hopping.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. So I would say Mediterranean area is one of my favorites.
I see you like good warm countries.
Yeah,
Hot
and I like seafood. I like beaches. I like these kind of Mediterranean cities. It's really nice.
Have you been
I like
to
the people as well.
Have you been to Asia before?
Where?
Asia.
No, actually, I have
No.
never been to Asia. This
so
is gonna be my first time in Asia.
Cool. So
I've been traveling a lot in Europe, and now it's time to leave Europe for a while. Travel in Asia. Gonna start in Malaysia, most likely, and then travel around Southeast Asia. They have very nice countries in there. You have Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Singapore. I would like to go to Oceania as well. It's like all these islands.
like Bali, for example.
Yeah, that would be nice. Papua New Guinea, and then of course New Zealand and Australia.
Cool. And then Africa.
Well, that's in the future.
In the future,
In
yeah.
the future, not in the next. I would say 3 years.
Most countries I think is in Africa.
Well, they are very different.
There are like a lot of countries in Africa.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries. I don't think I'm gonna visit every country in Africa. It's like it's really big, and there is a lot of countries, as you say. Also in Europe.
So you visit so many countries. How did you start it? With what all this started? Why you decided to start traveling?
Well, I decided to start traveling because I'm this kind of person that cannot stay in one place for a long time, and that has. I'm speaking about jobs. I'm speaking about places. Like cities, countries, and also like apartments or hobbies. I'm always moving from one thing to the next. I cannot stay in one thing for too long. See, so that applies also with traveling. I like seeing new things and experience new, because it affects your outlook and your state of mind if you're in different places than the regular place that you are in. Usually.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels different. If you are in one place for too long, then your state of mind is like it gets dull. Just by changing the scenery, just by being in a new place, even if you don't do anything differently, just being in a new place, it just completely changes your outlook in life, your emotions and your state of mind. Just by seeing different things.
Yeah. I always tell about this. I had even video on YouTube that I tell that has a cover. Title that has title. How traveling change your mind, change you.
Right.
And I think it is because.
Well, it changes your personality.
It changed.
It gives you a lot of experience as well. I would be a totally different person if I hadn't traveled ever.
I think the more countries you visited, the more open-minded person you become.
Yeah, and the more people you meet, and the more you interact with different people and different cultures, and you see what's the difference between the way you do things right now and the difference between you and the people that you interact with. You start to learn things from that interaction. If you interact with the same people all the time, then you're just staying in some kind of pattern of behavior that you don't even notice anymore. You don't learn anymore. But by seeing other people, by listening to how they think, by seeing how they behave, you learn things. You think, well, wait, maybe I could, think differently about this, or I can do this in a different way, and you pick up good things from other cultures and you integrate them into your own behavior and mentality, and you become a different person.
So you become better person.
You become a better person.
Cool. If you can choose where to live, of course you can choose where to live, but what's your favorite country to live in? For a few years, for example. Not all your life.
That's a difficult question because of this thing that I get bored of being in the same place. But of course, at some point in my life, I'm gonna settle down, and I've been thinking about it. And right now, I don't have an answer, but it would have to be in a place where, there are many factors you have to consider. You have to consider the weather is a very big factor.
Yeah.
And you have to consider that
first.
Yeah. Then you have to consider how how well you can integrate to the culture. If you like the culture, if you can accept living in that culture for a long time, if you like it, and how you relate to the people. So the people, I would say, is another thing. Well, you also have to take into account, economical aspects, because there are some places where maybe you cannot get a job, or it's difficult to get a job, it's difficult to find something to do. Even if it's not a job, maybe you would like to volunteer or something. Maybe people don't speak the languages that you speak, so you have to take that into consideration. What are you going to do in that country? So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So I like Europe. I like South Europe.
Especially South Europe.
I like the South.
Warm.
And I like Eastern Europe, actually. I like Eastern Europe. Now I'm gonna go to Asia, so let's see what's in there, how I get along with the Asian cultures, and maybe I'll decide to stay there. Maybe I come back.
By the way, about Eastern Europe, you said that you meet few Ukrainians. How would you describe Ukrainians? Not Russians, but Ukrainians.
Yeah, I know that there is a difference.
There is. Yeah.
There's a very big difference.
Yeah.
Never confused Ukrainian with Russians. That's a very good tip. Well, how can I describe them? Every single one that I have, actually every single one that I have met has been very friendly, very talkative. I think I've never met a Ukrainian that I would consider an introvert. All the ones that I've been interacting with, I consider them to be extroverts. Maybe
only extroverts travel.
Maybe no, but I don't think so. I think introverts travel as well. But all that I have met have been extroverts, and they have been very talkative and very friendly, and very interesting to talk with. Have met people that I have met Ukrainians in Tallinn, Estonia, for example, has showed me around the city, and they knew a lot of history about Tallinn, and they were really entertaining to spend time with. I've been in parties with Ukrainians. I have Ukrainians as co-workers as well. So yeah, I haven't had a bad experience with them. So totally against the stereotypes that you have about Ukrainian people, But they are very open-minded as well.
Open-minded.
Yeah.
Sure. I ask because when people live in Ukraine, we have a lot of people that don't travel.
Right.
And if they don't travel, they every country there are people that blame the government, the countries they live in. So we have a lot of people that blame our country because of government and all this politics, and because they say. So I just ask your opinion on what you think about Ukrainians, especially because to show that not so bad in our country as we used to think,
No, of course not. I mean, it's always tempting to take a negative view on your situation, and there is a lot of factors that you can blame on, but there is always every single country has good things, and there are positive things that you're not going to find anywhere else. And I'm sure, I have never been to Ukraine, so I'm just talking about my experience of what I have read, what I have seen on the internet, and what I have been told. And I can only talk about the experience that I have had just meeting Ukrainian people.
You should go to Ukraine one day.
I will go in summer.
Yeah. Cool. So you're planning to?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, not this year, but when I come back to Europe, I'll do it.
Cool. When you visit Ukraine, go to Kiev. It's like capital. You definitely will go to Kiev, right? And then you should like definitely try Lviv. Lviv is the place where I lived like a lot of years, and it's I think the most beautiful and.
Yeah, I have some friends in Lviv.
You have?
Yeah, I met them in Germany, and we went around Berlin, and we had a lot of fun. It was like 4 Ukrainians and me.
One day I think we will meet in Ukraine.
Sure, for sure. Or
if I will be in Ukraine,
or somewhere else.
Yeah, or somewhere else. Yeah, the world is big, you know, but when I travel, I see it's not so big. It's like actually not so big.
Well, no. Well, now that it's so connected because of the internet, you know, everybody's. We're kind of like getting this like universal culture because now we can understand each other so much better because we like the same things. We can talk about the same things that are happening to everybody, like YouTube, for example. You know, that's happening everywhere. Everybody is traveling, getting a camera. This interview thing is not only in one culture. It's like there is like this global culture forming, and we're part of it. So that makes us feel more connected and makes us feel like it's easier to interact with the people from other cultures. Like especially the younger generation, you know. So there is a lot of things that we have talked about that it's easy to find in common. Even shows, you know, we watch the same shows on Netflix. You know, we watch the same movies. We watch the same YouTubers. The same YouTube videos. We have Facebook. I know about VK, for example, very popular.
Vkontakte.
Yeah, that one.
We don't use it anymore in Ukraine.
Yeah, you told me. But it's very popular in Russia and other.
You know, in Russia, there is Facebook like the biggest network, but in Russia they don't use it. Like all people use VK.
Yeah.
But with VK it's like Facebook. It even has the same color.
Yeah, but you know what it is, and I know what it is, and we can talk about that. You know? So there is something in common because of the internet.
Benefits of the internet.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
So I think important question, how you make money for your traveling?
All right, how do I make money for my traveling?
Like, you know, 2 years, it's big, you will spend a lot of money. Where
Actually, I'm trying to not spend that much money. I'm not gonna live a life of luxury. And there is many things that you can do to not spend so much money. You can cook for yourself, for example, don't eat in the restaurant every single day. There are many things that you can do, but actually I am an IT professional and I work for 5 years now in Finland, and I save money just by working. And I decided like a year ago that I will take a year just for saving and try to spend the least possible amount of money. And I said, well, I'm not gonna have much fun this year. I'm gonna sacrifice this year, but at the end I'm gonna have savings, and then I'm gonna have enough savings to travel the world. Also, right now I'm still working, and because I'm in IT, I can work from anywhere.
You work online?
I work online. I just need my computer. And well, I made a deal with my company that I would work remotely, and I would work. I'm not working full time because then I wouldn't have time, and I'm working per hour, and I'm working actually just 1 hour. Not 1 hour. I'm working 1 day a week.
1 day a week.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Minimum 1 day a week. So I have other 6 days a week that I'm not working. So I spend them.
But if you stop working now, you have like.
If I stop working, I have savings.
You have savings, like, and it will be like for 2 years at least.
Yes.
Of the savings.
Yes.
So that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I just have to watch my budget, of course. I'm not rich, so I'm not gonna be spending like a millionaire. I'll be just spending some days on nice things, like trips and experiences mostly. I don't buy things. I buy experiences. I buy, going out with friends. I buy nice meals. I buy visits to attractions, and that, and I have a video camera. I have my camera, and I document my experiences, and that's good enough for me. I don't buy souvenirs because I'm traveling all the time. I don't have a space to put my souvenirs in.
Yeah, I think it's important because everyone, buy something, buy new iPhone or I don't know, new flat. But I think, and a lot of people, those who don't travel, then they don't value the experience.
Yeah.
The experience. Oh, it will come and I will have iPhone. I can show off to my friends.
Right.
But I think it's important to buy experience, to experience this travel.
Yeah, that's true.
It will change you more than iPhone.
Well, at the end of your life, you're gonna be more satisfied when you look back. When you're old and you look back, and
you
then
will not remember your things.
you will not have your iPhone. It's gonna be broken, but you will have your photos. You will have your videos, and you will watch your videos and your photos, and you will remember, and you're gonna be satisfied with what you did in your life.
And I think even if you're traveling, you have new ideas to come to your mind, and I think even this can help you in some way to earn more money.
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, I'm not right now. I'm not earning any money from just traveling, but it would be nice if I could do it. Well, at least I have some ideas. I'll try them. Let's see how it goes.
When I started traveling, now my trip was first to Slovakia. I started like three weeks ago, and then from Slovakia it was to Budapest, first time to Hungary, and from Hungary now in Greece. And I stay here also like for 3-4 weeks, and I'm also like you, flexible.
Right.
And I like it. And actually I had a new idea to come to my mind. When I was in Budapest, I had 2 days. First day I traveled, all was good. Second day I also wanted to travel to see more sites, but my client called me and to make a website, really fast. I also work in IT sphere, and I also work as a freelancer, so I work remotely. And she called me, so I needed to make some editing to the website really fast. And I spent whole day in a Starbucks, in Starbucks, the best Wi-Fi, and working. So I didn't see the second day. So I I lost my second day. So that day I realized it helped me to realize that even if you work remotely, sometimes it might not be so good, because if you want travel, you need to work, and it's hard to combine sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I had that experience as well, because I was working this year remotely, and I was working full time. And I have to work 7 hours a day, and after working you're tired, so sometimes you don't have the motivation to go out or to do something. So it has an effect.
It's also a good tip to be flexible.
Yeah.
Because you never know which opportunity you will have, and maybe sometimes you will have opportunities that you can volunteer and live for free.
Yeah,
so you can
true.
stay long, like 1 month, 2 months in a country. It's like cool.
Yeah, well, there are many different kinds of volunteer positions that you can do, and they can offer you a place to stay. They can offer you, food. Some people even offer you to lend you a car. So there is a lot of stuff you can do.
Cool. So I think we finished now, and your last word to the audience. What you wish the people?
Well, to think about what you really want in life, and consider traveling as an option. Consider that at some point you're gonna have to look back in your life, and you're gonna have to look at what are your memories, what are your experiences, what did you do with your life, and at that point think that you can either look back and be satisfied with what you did, or regret and be bitter about missing your chances in life. So think about that moment and then live your life according to what that moment is gonna look like
Cool.
for you.
So, don't miss your chance. And thanks again, Joel, for the interview. It was really nice to meet
That's
you
nice talking
here
to
in
you.
Greece and even make interview with you. My first interview, your first interview.
Right.
So, thank you for watching, guys. If you're new to this channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Підписуйтесь, друзі, ставте лайки і побачимось вже дуже скоро. Па-па!